Hey guys, what's up, what's happening? The King of Games 98 here. And as you can tell by the thumbnail, I went to a car swap meet and found and bought video games. So without further ado, this will be my Carlisle Fall Car Swap Meet 2021 video game pickups video. So right off the bat, I'm just going to show you guys real quick everything I got. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys and tell you how much I paid for each item and just basically go through, what I got for how much and just, show the stuff off. And yeah, so give me a minute. Let me put my phone on my tripod here and we'll go through this. Okay, guys, so thank you for waiting. And real quick, before I get to the very first item that I picked up and bought at the Carlisle Fall Car Show, well, not car show, at the Fall Carlisle Car Swap Meet of 2021, I just want to mention two things. The first is about the actual swap meet, and the second is about me doing video game pickups videos. So the first is this swap meet is in Carlisle, PA. Now, this is not the first time I've been to this specific car swap meet before. Me and my dad go, I would say, at least once, maybe if not twice a year, because they have it in the fall and spring. So we usually try to go to it at least once a year. So that's number one. Oh, and to add on to that real quick. Now, I did not ask any of the vendors set up if they had any video games for sale. These vendors just brought this stuff with them and threw it out in their spot for sale, and I just happened to find the stuff there and buy it. So I don't want anyone to think this was staged or nothing. And so, to kind of give you a little foreshadow into the rest of this video, since I bought this stuff at a car swap meet, all of it was very, very cheap. Because you're at a car swap meet, not a video game convention, and no one knows what this stuff is worth. So this was very, very cheap. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a long time now, then you probably already know this, but if you haven't and you're new, welcome. I just want to state this and make this known. I am not like a lot of other YouTube gamers where they go out every single day to Goodwills, thrift stores, Facebook Marketplace, yard sales, and they record themselves buying and picking up video games, usually for good prices. I am not like that because of two reasons. The first, I don't want that to be my whole entire YouTube channel. Yes, my YouTube channel is a YouTube gaming channel, and that is strictly how I want it, but that is not what I want the majority of my gaming related YouTube videos to be about. Me just going around, different places picking up and buying games on the cheap. So that's number one. And number two, I'm the type of person who I don't really like to brag a lot, because that's usually, well, not usually, it's not right. And usually, well, yeah, no, this time I will use usually. And usually it pisses people off and or makes them mad when you brag to them. So that's why I usually try to do it very little. And so for the record, this will be only my third video on my YouTube channel about video game pickups. And that is because I just don't like to do a lot of them because I don't like to brag. I don't like bragging, period, but I feel that every so often I find really, really good stuff at really, really good, stupid, cheap prices. And I make I make the determination if it's worth doing a gaming pickups video on. And this is one of those instances where it was definitely worth making a video game pickups video on. And so without further ado, that's why we're here with this video. So yeah, those are my main two reasons why I don't upload a lot of gaming pickups videos. Number one, I don't want that. I don't want my whole YouTube channel to be of that. And number two, I don't like bragging. And I also only do gaming pickup videos when I feel like it's definitely worth talking about and doing a video on, and it's worth mentioning. So that's basically it. Okay, guys. So let's get to my gaming pickups. Well, okay, first off, for the record, even though you saw this, the majority of my pickups are video game related, but there is a Star Wars action figure in here in the mix, and there is an anime, a volume of an anime series on DVD. But the majority of this is gaming related. Okay, so let's get to the pickups. So, I went with my dad, and no less than a couple, no, not even 5 minutes, no less than a couple minutes after we walked through the entrance, I look at this guy's spot, and he has a ton of movies on tables in like plastic milk carton like containers, and they were marked like $2 each, or I don't know, 3 for $5 or something like that. And you know, I like my movies. I do consider myself a movie goer, you know. And I start looking through the movies, and I notice there's video games mixed in with them. And to all you who are watching this right now, always, 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 whenever you're out at a yard sale, flea market, swap meet, wherever, check the movie containers for video games. Always, always, always check the movies to see if video games are mixed in with them. Because chances are, there is a good chance you will find some video games mixed in with them. Now, mind you, I don't know if they will be actually good video games, but there may be some video games mixed in with the movies. And lo and behold, of the video games that I found mixed in with this guy's movies, I found 007 Nightfire on PlayStation 2. Now, for those of you who don't know this, I am a big, big, big James Bond 007 fan. And for the record, I do already own this game, but I already own 007 Nightfire for Nintendo GameCube. So this is the PlayStation 2 version of this game. And it was only $2. Now, unfortunately, it is not complete in box. It is missing the manual, but I do believe I have the manual for the PlayStation 2 version of this game, because I'm almost certain I bought a PS2 copy of this game before and the game did not play. But what I do with games that don't play are I keep the cover art, manual, and disc in case I get another copy that's missing one of them. So I should have the manual for this still, so I will be able to complete this. The game disc itself is pretty badly scratched, as you can see from the light coming in my room. It is pretty badly scratched, but if I can at least get it to play, that will be good, because I can take, if the game will at least boot up and play on my PS2, even if it gets to a certain point and freezes and gets stuck, I can bring this game disc to Nick at Next Level Video Games and have him resurface the disc, and then it will play perfectly. At least that's what I hope, anyway. Keep your fingers crossed, but usually, because I recently took 4 different disc-based games to him to have him resurface, and 3 of the 4, after having them resurface, still played perfectly. 1 did not, but that was not Nick's fault. That one game disc that did not play, it did not play to begin with before having him resurfacing it, so, you know, that's not his fault that it didn't play. But, yeah, So hopefully this will at least boot up and play, and even if it does play and it doesn't freeze or anything, I still might have him resurface this disc because it's just really badly scratched. Okay, my next purchase was this 2005 Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith Anakin Skywalker Youngling Killing action figure. Oh, whoops, did I say that? I meant Youngling Slashing Attack action figure. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, this is number 28 in the Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith Hasbro line of 3.75-inch action figures. This specific Star Wars action figure is still brand new, still sealed. It was never opened. And, you know, I know a lot of diehard Star Wars fans are not fans of the prequels. I like them, and then I don't like them. But I don't want to get into this here because that's neither here nor there. But I actually do have a good amount of the 3.75-inch Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith action figures, brand new, still sealed. So when I saw this guy was sitting on a plastic tote in this dude's spot, and he had a couple other Star Wars figures made by Hasbro from around the same era, maybe 2005, 2007, 2008-ish. Out of all, I think he only had 4, maybe 5 figures total. Out of those 4 or 5 figures total, this was the one I wanted, only because I knew off the top of my head, don't ask me how I remembered, but I remembered that I did not already own this specific Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith figure. So I asked the guy, you know, how much? And he originally said $8. And I don't know where he came up with that price, but I was like, yeah, I still want this figure, but I don't really want to pay that much because I've been able to pick these figures up brand new, still sealed, for a couple to $5, like all day. So I said to the dude, you know, would you do $5? And he was like, yeah, sure, go for it. So I got it for $5, and I'm really happy with this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Gonna go do a slashing attack on some younglings, man. But no, in all seriousness, no. I think the figure really does look like Hayden Christensen, and I love how Hasbro put like dark, I don't know if that's, I guess that'd be paint, like black paint around his eyes, because it totally does work and it makes him look evil. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay. What was my next buy after the Anakin Skywalker figure? I'm pretty sure it's this. Okay. So, to those of you who don't know, I am a big Metal Gear Solid fan. And to those of you who are watching this video and are a video game collector yourself, when I first did that quick little, at the beginning of this, when I quickly showed you guys my purchases, you know, and just showed you real quick, out of all of the games that I bought from the fall Carlisle, PA Car Swap Meet, 2021 Swap Meet, I'm going to call it this, not these games. This game, because it's one, but then it has 3 games in it, is by far the rarest and most valuable game I bought there. And that is Metal Gear Solid, the Essential Collection for PlayStation 2. Now again, even if you're not a Metal Gear Solid fan, but if you're a video game collector in general and, you know, have knowledge on various types of games, as soon as you saw this game, you probably were like, oh shit, he got that. And I did. Oh yeah, I did. And when I tell you guys how much I paid for it, you're probably going to freak out. Okay, so first, I found this in a woman's spot that she had a table with, it was either a plastic container or a plastic box full of movies, and the sign on the container was marked movies $1 each. So again, reoccurring theme here with movies. If you see a person selling movies and there's a ton of movies in a container, whether you're at, excuse me, a flea market, yard sale, swap meet, check the container. Check the container for video games, because you never know what you're going to find. And this was in with the movies, and my eyes popped out of my freaking head, and I grabbed it so fast it would have made your head spin. And I think she had a couple other games, but there wasn't really, they weren't necessarily good games, and they weren't of any value, so I did not grab them, and this was the only thing I bought off for her. And as you can see, this is 3 games. And it is. It is 3 games in one box set. Now, unfortunately, the cardboard box is in, well, it's in kind of rough condition. But you know what? The fact that it's there, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I don't think I've ever said that about a cardboard box before. But let it be known that the King of Games 98 likes cardboard boxes. Or let me rephrase that. Let it be known that the King of Games 98 likes cardboard video game boxes. There we go. Yeah, this is just so cool, guys. The Essential Collection, the saga begins here. So, when I was done looking through them, I brought this up to the woman whose spot it was, and I said to her, these were in with your box of movies marked $1 each, but there's 3 in here, so would this be $1 or would it be $3? And she stopped, looked at it, and then looked at me and was like, well, since it was in with the movies for $1, it's just $1. So I was like, okay, great. Handed her $1, and I ran off to my dad, so happy that I can't tell you guys how happy this made me to find this and buy this for $1. Yes, you heard that right. $1. Now, I know I did a good look around of this box set's cardboard box, and I know I said it's rough, and it is, but wait till you guys see the condition of these. Okay. First thing I need to mention. I love how this Metal Gear Solid The Essential Collection PlayStation 2 box set, it features different artwork on the covers of each Metal Gear Solid game than on the original game's release. I love that. I think it looks cool. I think the artwork looks badass. I love it. So first, we obviously have Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation 1. And I'm not used to seeing the PlayStation 1 logo that stretched out. That's pretty funny to me. Kojima Productions, part of a set. Instruction manual, disc 1, disc 2. And I believe, if I recall correctly, I did open and check and make sure all the discs were in there before buying this, and they all were. And the discs look spotless. Like these were not even played. And you know what's funny? If I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would probably bet to say that whoever owned these games and bought this never played them. That's honest to God what I think happened. The person bought them and just never played them, which is a shame. It's really a shame that, because this is Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3. I guess this would be Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, and not Substance, because Substance was on the Xbox, but it was also on PlayStation. Yeah, no, you know what? Yeah, I'm not sure which version of Metal Gear Solid 2 this would be, because there was Sons of Liberty and Substance. I don't know which version of Metal Gear Solid 2 this is. But Metal Gear Solid 3, this would definitely be Snake Eater. So, yeah. Like, these are just in. Such nice condition. Like, seriously, guys. Like, the underside of this disc looks like it has dust on it. That's what it looks like it has on it. So it's like, you know damn well, even though it's got dust on it, it's still going to play. Now, for those of you watching this video right now, and if you're not a Metal Gear Solid fan, that's okay. And if you're not a video game collector, that's also okay. But to the average Joe watching this right now and not knowing what this is worth, this 3-game box set on PlayStation 2, I don't know if you would consider this 1 game because it's 3 games in 1 box set, or if you want to call it 3 games. I'm going to call it 1 game because it's 1 box set with 3 games. So this 1 game, this 1 game box set is worth $50. So I got this for $1 and it's worth $50. Now, for the record, I do already own original copies of Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, but the fact that I was able to find the Metal Gear Solid The Essential Collection PlayStation 2 box set, and it's all there, all discs, manuals, cases, it's all complete in box, and it was $1. Guys, I couldn't friggin' pass that up. You know I couldn't. Like, come on, son. So, and again, even though I already own all 3 of the original copies of all 3 of these games, I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan, so I'm still going to keep these games for myself in my collection regardless. You know, they're not going to be up for sale or anything. They're staying with me. So yeah, that was the incredible, rare, most valuable game I bought at the 2021 Carlisle, PA car swap meet. Metal Gear Solid The Essential Collection on PlayStation 2. Really awesome and really, really glad to have that in the collection. Okay, next is this big guy. And this is the biggest item I bought. No doubt the heaviest, too. But it was worth it. At least I think it was. Okay, so we have, this is a Mad Catz brand MC2 universal steering wheel controller with pedals. And yes, that price tag you see there of $10, yes, that is in fact what I paid for this, $10. Now, what's funny is that I found and bought this at an actual car swap meet. And ironically, you know, at a car swap meet, you see car parts and actual cars there for sale, not video game steering wheel controllers. But I thought that was still pretty funny. And this was sitting on a person's table, and they had that sticker price on it of $10. So I saw that, and then let me pick up this cord here. So I saw that, you know, I saw the steering wheel first from walking the aisle, and then I saw the sticker price of only $10, and then I saw that this is a universal steering wheel controller. And what I mean by universal is this steering wheel controller with pedals will work on PlayStation 2, well, PlayStation 2 and probably PlayStation 1 for that matter. Yeah. It's definitely made for PlayStation 2, but it may also work on PlayStation 1 for that matter. Nintendo GameCube, and original Xbox. And that's completely okay. It is missing the other end of the breakaway cable for the original Xbox controller cord. That is A-okay. I literally keep a baggie full of spare extra original Xbox controller breakaway cords. So that is not a problem for me. And for those of you who don't know, I, like the YouTuber Metal Jesus Rocks, I love racing games. I love racing games, and I do also love steering wheel controllers for video game consoles as well. Like, for instance, I have the Sega Saturn steering wheel controller, the official Sega one, and I have also a Mad Catz brand Sega Dreamcast steering wheel controller, which is apparently pretty rare because I have never seen another one. But that's besides the point. So, why did I buy this? Well, two main reasons. Number one, it was $10. Number two, this is a universal steering wheel controller. Now, I already own a couple of Mad Catz steering wheel controllers, but they're made for specific consoles. I do not own a steering wheel controller that's made and is able to work on 3 different consoles. So I loved that and thought it was cool, very convenient. And so, this was so cheap, I didn't even haggle with the dude. I thought it was cool. My dad was looking at it. He thought it was cool too. I actually like how it's yellow and black. I think that looks pretty cool. And so I just whipped out the $10, handed it to the dude, and off I went. I didn't even haggle. I didn't try to get him down. It was like, it's only $10. That was cheap enough. And what's funny is, like I just said to you guys, I have some other steering wheel controllers, but I don't own a universal one like this one that will work on 3 different consoles. And after buying this, and after I got home, I looked this bad boy up, and this bad boy on eBay was going, and now this, mind you, this was just loose out of the box, no box. This was going anywhere from $40 to $50. So I was like, damn, I just got this for 10. I did freaking great. So yeah, I cannot wait to test this to make sure it works. I can't wait to try it out with some racing games, and yeah. Now, I didn't mention this yet. I'm going to say this now because the thought just occurred to me. By the time this video goes up, it will be Saturday of this week. Me and my dad went to the Carlisle, PA 2021 Car Swap Meet last Saturday. So, in other words, we went to this car swap meet a week ago, Saturday, as of today when this video goes up. But that's okay. Just thought I should mention that. The swap meet itself is, I believe, 3 or 4 days long. I could be wrong. If you're watching this and you go to it, please feel free to correct me in the comments down below. But yeah, I was super excited to freaking find this, and the fact that it's a universal steering wheel controller with pedals for $10. Now, last thing I'm going to say about this. I know the video game company Mad Catz usually gets a bad rap. And for the record, as of right now, they've been long gone out of business. But they usually, when they were still in business and still making products, video game products, they usually got a bad rap, and it was usually that they were very cheaply made products and they sucked. Now, for certain video game controllers, I do agree with that, and I will side with anyone who says that. But when it comes to Mad Catz brand steering wheel controllers, dude, they made some of the nicest steering wheel controllers I think I've ever had the pleasure of using and playing games on. Seriously. And with that, that's gonna conclude all I have to say with this. But yeah, really happy to have gotten this. Oh, plus check this out, guys. I don't know, is there a way I can show this? 1, 2, 3 suction cups all on the bottom of the steering wheel, and they're still intact. That's awesome. I love that. All right, coming down to the end here. Okay, so after the steering wheel controller, the next thing I bought is Volume 1 of the anime series The Galaxy Railways on DVD. Now, I gotta tell you guys, I've never heard of this anime series. I know nothing about it, but I saw the Funimation logo on it, and I got this and a movie on DVD for my dad, 2 for $1. I couldn't say no to that. considering I got this and another movie for $1 for both. These were literally 50 cents a piece. I couldn't say no to that. This we were walking by this one guy's spot, and he had a table just of random movies, all odds and ends, and the sign actually on it said 3 for $1. And me and my dad tried so hard to find a third one just to make the guy happy, but we couldn't. So we ended up just taking the two. I still gave the guy $1. He didn't mind and was just happy to get rid of some. But yeah, I know absolutely nothing about this anime series, and I don't usually like buying them like that. I usually like to look them up first and see if I would like them instead of just buying them blindly and going in like that. But I must say, this looks interesting, and I am curious and kind of eager to watch it and do a review video on this. So definitely sometime in the future, I will watch this, and it will get an anime review video on my YouTube channel. Now, I believe, yes. So volume 1 of this DVD has the first 5 episodes of the anime series. Now, again, I know nothing about this anime series. I never even heard of it, for that matter. So I don't even know how many episodes this series ran for. But for first 5 episodes on one disc, I think that's pretty good, especially for 50 cents. So, yep, that's that. And now we come, ladies and gentlemen, to my last and final purchase from the 2021 Carlisle Car Swap Meet. And my last purchase was these 6 games. Okay, so before talking about these games, we're gonna give a little backstory on how I came to buy all 6 of these games. Off the same person, mind you, too. So, if you've ever been to the Carlisle, PA Car Swap Meet, it is huge. And me and my dad were nearing the end on the grass side of the swap meet. And as we're walking by this guy's spot, I noticed immediately on his table he had a lot of video games in plastic containers on his table. And then I saw 2 white fat model original Xbox 360 consoles. So he was actually sitting in his car, which was parked right there, and I pointed to the games and said to the dude from his car, how much are the games? And he yelled out to me, any of the games you see are $3 each, or $3 a piece. And at that price, I was just like, oh, okay, you got my attention now. And then he got out of his car and walked around it, and he actually came over to me, and he said, if you buy multiple games, I will work with you and give you a good deal, a package deal. So I was like, okay, cool. That's all I needed to hear. So first game that I immediately noticed and picked up was Ever Blue 2. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit is due and give a huge shout out to Radical Reggie, who is part of Metal Jesus' crew, because if it was not for Radical Reggie, I never would have heard of Everblue or Endless Ocean. And I'm pretty sure it was one of his video game related, I don't know if it was a pickups video or what, but it was in one of his video game videos that I watched. He talked about Everblue/Endless Ocean, and that was where I first learned and heard about this series. So when I saw this copy of Everblue 2 for PS2, which is in fact complete in box, I immediately grabbed it. This guys was seriously the first game I grabbed. I was like, yeah, I gotta go for that. So huge shout out to Radical Reggie. And what's funny is I now own Everblue 2 and the first Endless Ocean on Wii, and I'm missing the sequel to Endless Ocean, which so let me explain real quick. So this series first started out as Everblue. It was done by this company Eureka, and then apparently Capcom was involved, which I didn't know that. So this series started out as being called Everblue, and then when it went to the Wii, it transitioned over to Endless Ocean. So there was 2 games of Everblue on PlayStation 2, and then there was 2 games of Endless Ocean on on Wii. So I own Everblue 2 now on PlayStation 2, and I own the first Endless Ocean game on Wii, which is really cool. So I grabbed that game. Star Wars The Clone Wars Republic Heroes on Wii. Now, I know what you're thinking. The King of Games, why did you buy this game when it's the Wii version? Okay, hear me out. Number one, I'm a huge Star Wars The Clone Wars fan. Number one. Number two, I absolutely love this game, Republic Heroes. I already own it on PlayStation 2, and this is by far one of my favorite Star Wars The Clone Wars video games that was ever made while the series was still going, and it's complete in box. So, you know, I know certain games on the Wii are not good, but this I had to grab. Attack of the Movies 3D. And it's actually it has a lenticular 3D cover too. I've never heard of this game before in my life. I just thought it looked cool. And, you know, again, at the price, I was like, yeah, you know, let's go for it. It is complete, but is missing the 4 pairs of 3D glasses that it came with when bought new. That's okay, though. Next game is Call of Juarez. I believe that's pronounced. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. This is a Ubisoft-made old Western type game, you know, kind of similar to Red Dead Redemption. I forget who... there was another YouTuber that in a video game-related video, he talked about this game, and I forget if it was Metal Jesus Rocks or if it was Steve Rightway, Mr. Rightway, but, you know, this game was there. It's complete. It's really clean. So I was like, yeah, let me pick that up too. Last 2 games. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Now, I like Need for Speed, and I really haven't kept up with the series. So, seeing this and another Need for Speed game there for that cheap, I was just like, I gotta grab them. You know, this is too cheap not to grab. So, and again, complete in box. Now, I know there was Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit on PlayStation 1, which I own. Someone is going to have to correct me in the comments section. Is this a remake of that game, or is this a whole separate new game and has no affiliation with that game? Please let me know that or correct me in the comments section, because I'm actually really curious about that. And the last game, 6th and final game I bought off that guy, is Need for Speed Shift. Also for Xbox 360. Now, what's funny is I have a little prior history with this game. I used to own it back in middle school, when I was in middle school, ironically on Xbox 360. And for whatever reason, I could not figure out how to drive the cars, and the controls just kept screwing me up. So I legitimately got so frustrated at trying to play this game that I ended up either selling this game off or I traded it back in the GameStop. And as you can see, it's complete in box. So I kind of had a little nostalgia for this game and was like, you know what? It's here. I'm here. It's really cheap. Let me just grab it. So these 6 games. Now, the guy originally said to me $3 a piece. I did a couple sweeps through looking at all the games he had for sale, and when I finally made up my mind that these were the 6 I wanted, and I went up to him and I said, these 6, he looked at them and they looked at me and he said, how does $10 for all 6 sound? No, I am not making that up. That is legitimately what he said. How does $10 for all 6 sound? And I was like, that sounds great. And I whipped out the money so friggin' fast it made your head spin, and gave it to the dude. Now, of these 6 games, the only notable one that is worth any money and worth mentioning is Everblue 2. Because that game is complete in box, that's actually a $25 game. So I paid $10 for these 6 games, and that one game alone is worth $25. Freaking awesome. I love it. I love when that happens, and unfortunately, that doesn't happen a lot these days. But every now and then, you will catch someone slipping, and whether you're at a flea market, yard sale, swap meet, or even a video game store, because sometimes stores don't update their prices, you will catch a good deal every now and then. And with that, that concludes my 2021 Carlisle Car Swap Meet video game pickups. So, guys, you will have to let me know down below in the comments what was your favorite thing that I bought from the 2021 Fall Carlisle Car Swap Meet. And yeah, you will have to let me know what was your favorite thing that I bought from the Fall 2021 Carlisle Car Swap Meet, of the stuff that I showed in this video. What was your favorite thing I bought? And did you know, you'll to whoever watches, you'll have to let me know if you knew about Metal Gear Solid: The Essential Collection being a $50 game, because I, off the top of my head, did know that. But again, at only $1, I was like, oh my god, I have to grab this. Okay, guys, so I think in total of the stuff that I showed you, I think I spent like $28 or $29 for all of that. Crazy good. Alright, guys, so that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And along with telling me what your favorite thing was that I bought at the Carlisle Car Swap Meet, you will also let me know in the comments section if you enjoyed this video and if you would want to see more video game pickups videos. Because like I explained in the beginning of this video, I don't like to do too many of them, and then I also don't like to brag, but everything I got was just so good. It was so, I got such good stuff at stupid cheap prices. I was like, I have to make a video on this. So yeah. Alright, guys, thank you for watching, and take care.